What is the difference between an HR specialist and an HR manager? Hey there, my name is Josh. I'm the founder of HR University. And before we start the lesson, make sure to subscribe to our channel, and that way you can get all of our lessons on how to become a great HR professional. Now let's dive into the topic. So HR specialists and managers ensure that HR runs smoothly, but there are key distinctions associated with these two roles. HR specialists focus on managing specific HR tasks, while HR managers focus on the whole HR department's management. An HR specialist manages the day-to-day operations of the HR department, and they specialize in an HR function depending on the task that senior HR professionals assign to them. And they can administer employee benefits and payroll or keep track of employee vacations and absences. And sometimes, HR specialists assist to handle the hiring process, employee training, or employee development. But whatever the task is, a specialist will always work under a senior HR professional. Now let's focus on the HR manager's duties. So HR managers are senior to HR specialists, and they organize a whole HR department and its staff. HR managers are strategic thinkers, and they develop long-term plans for the betterment of the HR department. And they work with directors to ensure that the organization has the right mix of people with the right skills to ensure business continuity. In addition, they develop programs to attract and retain employees. And last year, HR managers, with the help of HR analysts, work on identifying trends from employee data. Next, let's go ahead and explore the skill sets that are needed. So an HR specialist needs excellent interpersonal skills. And besides that, they need effective communication and coordination skills to help them manage the department. In addition, HR specialists must know employment law to help manage employee complaints and accidents. Another skill that HR specialists must have is problem solving, because it enables them to find solutions to employee complaints. And last year is HR specialists must have strong analytical skills to identify trends in employee performance. Now, as for HR managers, they need excellent strategic planning skills. Strategic planning enables them to develop long-term plans for the HR department. In addition, they must be good at developing programs to attract and retain employees. And retaining employees is crucial, as it saves the company from spending money on recruiting and training new employees. And HR managers also require strong leadership skills to lead and motivate the teams around them. And other common skills are analytical and critical thinking, as it allows them to identify problems and act proactively. And lastly here, HR managers must understand the organization's business goals to develop effective strategies. Otherwise, you're developing a strategy without aligning it to what the organization truly needs. And after learning the required skills, let's go ahead and dive into the qualifications now. So most companies need HR specialists to have a bachelor's or master's degree in business management, human resources, or a related field. The required experience for HR specialists varies from organization to organization, but most companies require 3 to more years of experience in the HR field. And they also need knowledge of labor legislation, recruitment, and excellent communication skills. HR managers also need a bachelor's degree in HR or similar field, experience in managing teams, education, and coaching. And furthermore, they must know how to resolve conflicts and maintain a positive work environment. Finally, they need a minimum of 5 years of experience. An HR manager and specialist salary depend on experience, but HR managers have a better salary. And the base salary of an HR specialist is between $39,000 a year and $75,000 per year. And this really depends on the size of company, as well as what they're specializing in. And the median salary for an HR specialist is $53,000 per year. In addition, they get a bonus of around $4,234 on average. Now, the base salary for an HR manager goes from the range of $49,000 all the way up to $93,000 per year. And the median salary for this position is $69,000 per year. In addition, they can get a bonus of an average of $8,232 per year. Now let's learn how the two positions work together. So both the HR specialist and HR managers play a vital role in an organization. The HR specialist contributes to the organization's progress by working on daily operations in the HR department. They manage employee compensation plans so that employees are getting the right benefits. Moreover, they also investigate employee complaints and accidents. An HR manager is responsible for developing long-term plans for the human resources department. Now let's take a look at an example here. So the HR manager will develop a plan to hire additional employees if a company expands its operations. And they create strategies to find and attract qualified applicants. And they visualize the big picture and work to ensure the company has the right mix of people with the right skills. Then HR specialists must execute the plan, with each specialist focusing on their HR function. And there we have it. Those are the main differences between an HR specialist and an HR manager, and some of the similarities. And if you feel like you have a better understanding of just that, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. And that way you can keep up to date with all of our lessons on how to become a great HR professional and all the different topics of HR to help give you a solid foundation to understanding this industry and being able to level up an organization using human resources. And again, my name is Josh. I'm the founder of HR University, and I'll go ahead and see you in some of our following lessons. Cheers.